Stage 8 Viking Adventure. Wolf and Wilma came to the door. It was time to go to school. Cooper told everyone about his adventure at the teddy bear's picnic, but nobody believed him. Biff, Chip, and Wolf were in Mr. Johnson's class. The children liked Mr. Johnson. He made everything interesting, and he told lots of good stories. Mr. Johnson had a model ship. "Can you tell me what sort of ship this is?" he asked. Wolf put up his hand. "It's a Viking ship," he said. "Well done, Wolf," said Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson showed the children a picture of a Viking ship. This ship was called Longship, he said. "It has oars and a sail, and it moved very fast through the oar." "The Vikings lived a long time ago," said Mr. Johnson. "They crossed the sea in the ships like this." Mr. Johnson showed the children a Viking helmet, Viking helmet, and a Viking shield. Mr. Johnson helped the children with a Viking project. It was very interesting. They made model longships and they made Viking helmets and shields. Mr. Johnson took the children into the school hall. They made a big longship. Then they all pretended up as Vikings and pretended to row it. "It's hard being a Viking," said Biff. The children came home from school. They looked at the magic key. They wanted to glow because it had not glowed for a long time. Cooper told them about his magic adventure, but still nobody believed him. Cooper was upset. "The magic key glowed in the night," he said. "It glowed when it was dark. It did. Biff looked at the key. "I wonder," she said. Biff had a good idea. "Maybe the key will glow in the dark," she said. She got a torch and then she found a big thick blanket. The children sat on the floor and they put the blanket over themselves. It was dark under the blanket. Suddenly the key began to glow. The magic was working after all. "I told you so," said Cooper. There was no wind. The Vikings rowed the longship across the sea. Every man pulled on the oars. It was hard work being a Viking. Suddenly the wind began to blow. "Hooray," said the Vikings. "Now we can pull off the sail. The wind will blow the ship along, and we don't have to work so hard." One of the Vikings heard a noise. He went to look. He found the children. "Oh no," said Wolf. "We are in the Viking longship. I don't believe it." The Vikings jumped back. He couldn't believe it either. He looked very fierce. Oh no, oh dear," said Cooper. "He don't look too pleased to see us." The Viking pulled up the sail. The Viking pulled the children into the back of the longship. "Look at all these animals," said Cooper. "I don't like it here. It smells." The wind began to blow harder. The Vikings pulled up the sail. The wind blew harder. And the ship tossed up and down. The waves slashed over the children. They got cold and wet. Cooper began to feel sick. "It's not fun on the longship," he said. At last the longship landed. "Hooray!" shouted the Vikings. They jumped into the water and carried boxes and boulders into the shore. The children looked over the side of the longship. I hope we don't have to jump in, said Kipper. It looks cold and wet. You don't have to jump in, said the Viking. I will throw you in. The children went to the shore. The villagers were amazed. They had never seen the children like this before. Kipper had them sit. He shared them with the Viking children. They had never seen ships before. They didn't know what to do with them. The Vikings took the children into a long hall. A fire was burning in the middle of the floor. There was smoke everywhere. It began to get dark, and soon it was time to have some food. So this is what Viking is, said Wolf. As soon as it was dark, a longship sailed across to the shore. One of the longships were some Vikings raiders. They were going to attack the village. One of the villagers saw the longship and ran to the long hall. Help! Help! He called. The robbers are landing. The raiders looked very fierce. They ran towards the village. They are going to attack, said Wolf. What can we do? I wish the magic key would glow, said Kipper. Biff had an idea. He shone her torch. The raiders and the villagers had never seen a light like this before. They were frightened and they all fell to the ground. The raiders ran back to their longship and they sailed away. Hooray, said the villagers. They won't come back here in a hurry. The Vikings looked at Biff's torch. This is a magic thing, they said. It frightened us, but it frightened the robbers even more and it saved our village. The villagers light a big fire on the beach. They had a party for the children. They gave Biff a shield. Thank you, said Biff. It's beautiful. Biff wanted to give the torch to the villagers, but Wolf told her not to. The magic key began to glow. It was time for the adventure to end. Biff showed the Viking shield to Mr. Johnson. It's very good, said Mr. Johnson, but Viking shields don't look like this. Biff looked at Wolf and smiled. The end.